Hey everyone, thank you for joining me today. Today we are on day 2 of different drawing prompts that we're doing, practicing our sketching and drawing. If you don't have the prompt list with 20 different drawing prompts, they're going to be in the comments of this video. I'll pin it to the top so you can grab it, it's free. It's just, we're practicing our drawing and sketching skills and we're having fun with these different prompts. These prompts are specifically designed for the fall season. If you sign up for my newsletter, so there'll be a link to the download and a link to my newsletter. If you sign up for the newsletter, you'll get the prompts for November and December in your inbox. These are free and it's just a fun way for us to get together and have fun and just relax and practice drawing without any stress. So yesterday we did a cozy hot chocolate drink with a pumpkin, and we did some owls and we did more pumpkins. I have started coloring mine in because this particular drawing series is specifically drawing prompts, so we're not really coloring them in. You can color it in afterwards, but these are the ones that I colored in yesterday, and I'm not finished this one yet, but I've been coloring this in as well. So this is just a fun way to enjoy the change of seasons with some different drawing prompts and relax and unwind and just have fun drawing. Leave a comment below if there's anything that you want us to do next. But today, I'm not sure how many we're going to do today, but I know we're going to do the, let's see, the candles and lantern glow. So warm light sources with flickering shadows. So we're going to practice drawing candles with some light. I do have a link to a short I did a while, it was last year, showing how I did like a simple glow. You can use it for painting or coloring. So I'll leave a link to that short, reel, whatever you want to call it. And you don't need expensive art supplies. You just need a pencil, a little bit of free time, and some paper. I'm using Artex colored pencils. I've been kind of enjoying drawing with those. Makes it easier if you want to color it in later, so that's what I'm doing, but you can use whatever art supplies you have. So what I'm going to do now is flip the camera over and we are going to get started with these drawing prompts, and I hope you join me. So for the first drawing, we are just going to draw a basic candle, so we can practice drawing that together. I am going to use, let's see, what color do I want to do? I think the candle will start out, hopefully you can see this, as a pink color, and all I'm going to do for this is draw this shape here. It's like a rectangle, but you don't need it to be perfect because if it's a candle, you know, and it's been burning, it burns at kind of an angle. So it doesn't need to be perfect. Maybe we could do like a series of them. And they might have drips going down. And you can just see I'm kind of coloring them in a little bit. But again, I'm not focused on the coloring as much as the drawing. And then we want to draw like a little wick. And this is just the basic. We're going to draw like a little wick here, and that's the first step with the candle. We can even just sort of make it almost 3D, you know, like I'm making sort of the back of the candle there, and I'm drawing like a darker line here and a darker line there. That's just, whoops, that is the beginning part of our candle. And all I'm going to do there's so many easy ways to do like flickering or like the flame. I'm just taking my colored pencil and I'm drawing like almost I meant to do like a teardrop. This one doesn't, let's see if this one looks like more of a teardrop shape. And again, we're not trying to be perfect. That's fine. We don't need to be perfect. This is just for fun. And then I'm taking like a darker color to sort of go on the outside. And you can make it as realistic as you want. There could be like a little bit of blue down here if I wanted to really, you know, sometimes if you're looking at a flame, there's a little bit of blue and maybe a little bit of purple, but I'm not going to go into too much detail there. I will get a darker yellow. I think that maybe an orangey color. Maybe I'll get like, we'll see, is this orangey enough? I don't know. I'll try to do like a, remember, we're just playing around, so we're not trying to be perfect. And now for me, the way I like to do a glow, hopefully I could find the right kind of yellow. You can use whatever you want, but sometimes you can just draw like, I like doing this. That's how I draw like the flicker, just like. Now, if you're really into this, you know that there'll be like a little bit of yellow on the other side of the candle because this yellow is sort of shining some light onto the candle. And I'm just drawing a little circle around to create the look of light. And if you have like the candles sitting somewhere, there's so many ways you can make this work. Like let's say, okay, I'm gonna do like, let's say it's a light blue table for whatever reason. Let's say it's really like a long table. I'm not, again, we're not spending all our time coloring in, but I did kind of want to show you. If it was sitting on a table, I'd probably do like a darker blue down below because there's going to be a lighter glow here. You'd want to have like a glow going on around here, which would be a lighter blue. And maybe when I color that in, I can create the shadows and that kind of thing. And the other thing you can do now with your candle, if you are coloring it in, is, you know, you can make it darker down here. And lighter in other areas. But again, I'm not coloring it in a whole lot, but that would be a flickering candle or a candle with, you know, some light coming from it. That was just an easy way to do it. Let's jump into something else and see what else we can draw with regards to drawing candles. I think candles are a great thing to draw as we head into December. Okay, so the next one is going to be a lantern drawing, and maybe it'll be like, I wonder what kind of lantern we should do. Like, should it be street lanterns, like on a fall day or something? I'm going to try to draw a lantern sitting in a windowsill. Let's see if we can do this. I'm going to draw a line here. I'm going to move my colored pencils. And a line here. That will be sort of the windowsill. And we're going to draw a rectangle. It's going to come right down, I think. Okay, and keep it loose because we want to make changes as we go, but it's almost like a cube in a way. And I'm going to draw, I don't know how this is going to go, but I like to be loose with my drawing so that if I make a mistake, I can make adjustments. So almost looks like this little lantern's wearing a hat, but that's okay. And then I'm going to draw another little thing here. This is probably, we'll see if we can make this work. Like a, I feel like this does not look right, but I am not going to give up. This is the top of the lantern. Again, if we're practicing in our sketchbooks, we know that mistakes will be made. But I'm not going to give up because I don't want to start over again. That's why. I wonder. I'm gonna make it so that it's like sitting there on the windowsill, and there's going to be a candle inside of it. So kind of like what we did just a few minutes ago. I'm showing like the glow of the candle because you can color this in later. Okay, so we've got the candle. And the other thing that I wanted, okay, it is a windowsill, so I'm gonna extend this. And maybe it'll be like this. Again, I like messy drawing because I can make adjustments as I go. So this will be, I guess, the windowsill. And maybe we want it to be one of those windows that has like these little panes are separated in it. Window panes. I kind of like the way, I love the way that looks. In a way, I kind of want to put a cat there, but we're supposed to be focused on fall. Do I want to put a cat there? This is on the outside of the window, and so that's why the window is behind this. Maybe we should do some leaves or something, but I'm going to take a minute to think. Maybe I'll draw just like some leaves here. And again, don't worry about it because we are just practicing in our sketchbooks, and I have not really practiced drawing a lot of leaves, so I'm just kind of making them messy, but I know when I color them in, they're going to look okay. So I'm going to leave that there for now. That's where I'm placing the leaves. And I think, should we do some like gourds or like little tiny, should we do one? Maybe I'll just do one right here. And again, if you saw yesterday, we're going to draw, I should probably draw a bigger oval. We're going to draw an oval, and then you're drawing like little pieces coming out. I didn't do my best gourd, but that's okay. I'll fix that later. Again, you can make mistakes when you're drawing things, and then as you color it, it comes to life. I'm not going to go into too much detail with coloring, but I am going to sort of shade it in a bit just so we can get a sense of what that looks like. And maybe I'll speed it up so you can just sort of see my process for coloring. I'm really happy. I'm not finished yet, but you can see how you can draw something and it's wonky and strange. But then when you start adding color to it, even if you're not finished, you can really make it into something fun and beautiful for, you know, the fall season. I've got my leaves in there that are changing color with the pumpkin and the flame, and I kind of try to bring colors together, so that's why these are all kind of orange. I try to make this part lighter, a lighter blue, because the flicker would be shining light around there. And I try to add the siding to the house just so it shows that it's outside of the house. That was really fun to do. I think what I'm going to do next is maybe we could do a little forest scene. I'm not sure because it says candle and lantern glow, warm light sources with flickering shadows. So maybe we can draw a girl walking in the forest holding a lantern. Let's see if we can draw that. Big goals for our drawing, but we'll keep it simple. I'm going to just continue with my colored pencils. I did color that drawing in with acrylic markers and alcohol markers. I also have a video on the difference between the two, so if you're new to drawing or coloring, I will have a link in the description of the video on the difference between alcohol markers and acrylic markers. Okay, so let's draw a lady walking in the woods, and I'm going to show you my reference for this one. See if that works. My reference will be this little lady walking in the woods. Now she's walking with, I think I put a cat in there and it's supposed to be a witch, but for flickering lights, we'll have a lady walking in the woods. So that will be my reference. So we're going to draw a woman walking in the woods. So I'm going to draw a U shape, upside down U. We'll have her, oh look, her arms already came out. Look, there we go. And I'm drawing like just shapes, okay? If you look, that is an upside down U and a couple of upside down triangles for her legs. We're not going for anything realistic. I'm going to draw just a circle for her head, okay? And just the way her arms are, I guess she'll be carrying maybe a lantern in one hand. Maybe she'll be walking her dog with the other. And so I'm just drawing little shapes for the animal. I don't care about perfection at all, okay? Especially if we're drawing something so tiny as a lady walking her dog with a lantern in one hand. The lantern's just going to be kind of like that shape that we had, and we'll put like a teeny tiny candle in there, and she's going to be walking in the woods. So we're going to have just some trees. And again, we are going with the flow. We're not going to be too particular about it. I'm just drawing a line. Draw another one. I'm not sure about this tree. It's looking kind of weird. But again, it's supposed to be kind of creepy. The crows are really going crazy. They know I'm drawing like a creepy scene. Okay, we've got her. I wonder if we should put the, I like the moon there, so maybe I'll put it right. The moon will be shining. The trees are going to be in front of it. Why she's walking her dog in the middle of the night, I really don't know. But that's what she's doing. And again, I'm just using a colored pencil here. Let's zoom into this one now. Okay, we've got our little lady. And now I'm just kind of fine-tuning it. I don't really want to go, for me personally, the less detail, the better it kind of looks. We're going to make this yellow. I'll worry about the candle later. The moon is also going to be yellow. And it doesn't have to be a perfect yellow. It's a full moon. And I'm going to just draw like a little yellow around, especially around this, because that's a light source. And there we go. We've got her sort of situated. And the other one I use like blue, like a gray color. And I'm just going lightly. I guess I am coloring today, but I mean, if we're gonna do candles with flickering lights, I'm just not paying attention to being perfect with my coloring. Like, we're not focused on that. We're just sort of being like, okay, how do we add the light to this? And she's like, I'm going to do this really dark here because this is the ground she's walking on, so I want it to be darker. And if this is your art journal or your sketchbook, we don't need to worry about perfection. You know, putting in those trunks. Going to play around with this a bit more, make it a little bit thicker. The one thing that we're going to do next time though is we are going to do like a faded, like there could be some faded trees in the background that are like lighter, like more of a shadow. Because she's in the woods. I know there should be different colors on the ground because it's fall. And all these leaves have fallen off. So maybe there's a little bit of orange because of the leaves that have fallen. So I'm adding a little bit of orange there. Oops, I made that lantern a little too big, but that's okay. And then just adding I'm kind of liking this. I think it's coming together. Again, if you're doing a quick sketch and we're not wanting to color it in, I feel like I can make it darker here. There's all sorts of things I could do here, but I'm not going to because the whole purpose is just us doing some simple sketches. But I really love how that one turned out. So we did 3 sketches and I might end up coloring in and then showing them again tomorrow. Okay, so that was really fun. We did our basic candle, which was lots of fun. This was simple and easy. Then we got a little more challenged and we drew a lantern in the window. And then the final one was more of a detailed drawing of a woman walking in the woods with her lantern. And these are just, you can color these, you could just draw, practice your drawing. It doesn't matter. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'd love to hear from you how this drawing session went for you. And if you have any questions or comments, just leave one below and I will answer you. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Happy sketching, and I will see you tomorrow for another sketch.